Hiya folks, and welcome back to the workshop. I thought it's been a little while since I've done like a notes from a small workshop video, so I thought it was about time I did a little update for you. One of the main triggers for doing this is that if you've not already spotted on the community tab on my channel, I've had to take my compressor video offline. I've kind of deleted it. There was an error in my CFM calculation, which thank you so much to the person who spotted it. I was so busy thinking about the Orazio compressor and the Impax compressor, which are both 24 litre jobs, that I ended up basing my CFM calculations on a 24 litre compressor, and of course this is a 30 litre compressor. Kind of obvious by the model number, but as per usual my head was up my backside at the time that I did the calculation, and therefore I gave you the wrong CFM. On this channel, one of the things that I kind of pride myself on is that I hope pretty much all of the information that I give you is factually correct, and if it's not factually correct, I am more than happy to kind of put my hands up and say, oops, sorry, I made a mistake. And it wouldn't be the first time that I've had to delete a video because it's either something that it turns out my original opinion was wrong, or it might be a tool that I thought was really good and it turned out not to be that good. So I have deleted the odd video in the past. I'd rather not leave wrong information out there, and if there is the opportunity to correct that information relatively easily, then I would rather do that than just leave blatantly wrong information online. And that's what I've done with this compressor video. So the new version of the video with the correct CFM in it will be getting uploaded within the next couple of days. If you've already watched the video, if you could do me a massive favour and rewatch the new version, even if you just kind of leave it running in the background, it's just otherwise the views on the new version are just going to absolutely tank. And that video has been in the production life cycle for a long time, and it took quite a long time to make that video, so it would be really amazing if you could watch it and just leave it running while you go and make a cup of tea or something. That would be really appreciated. And also, sadly, it means I'm going to lose all of your lovely comments on the video as well, which is very annoying, but there's no way on YouTube of replacing a video without losing all the comments and likes and views. There's nothing I can do about that. But please re-comment on the new version of the video. I'm not going to re-upload it again. Hopefully there's no more factual inaccuracies in it. I've been through it a few times now and I don't think I've missed anything. But please do comment on the new version of the video when it goes live. It's just one of these things, from time to time these things happen. But I'd rather be honest about it. I made a mistake, I fixed it, and I'm re-uploading the new version. It doesn't really make any substantial difference to the kind of feel of the video. It's still got a pretty lousy CFM on it, to be honest, but it's slightly higher than what I thought it was. In other news of stuff that's been going on, I briefly touched on it on this channel a little while ago, but I never really told you officially that we are planning on moving house, and therefore this workshop is going to be no more, and I am going to be building probably a new workshop wherever we move, but at the moment I'm not 100% where we're going to be moving, and we haven't sold this place yet, so I'm in that awkward limbo stage of trying to sell our house and trying to find a new property, etc, etc. As you may already be aware, I've done lots of quite big property renovations over the years, and this was the first time we'd ever lived in a new build property, and we moved here when the kids were little, and I didn't really want to think about renovating a property while the kids were growing up. We just wanted some stability for the kids and for it to be near good schools and all that sort of thing. But now that the kids are getting older, my renovation fingers are getting itchy and I want to do another renovation project, and there is pretty much nothing to do in this property other than filling the odd little crack here and there. So watch this space, because the full move and renovation and everything is going to be documented on this channel. There's going to be so much stuff that I need to talk about. but at the minute I'm in limbo land and can't talk about anything. So on a similar subject, I thought it might be quite interesting to put together some videos of some of the past renovations that I've done. I might have talked about this before, I can't remember. But watch this space, because it should be quite interesting to see some of the renovations of old Victorian properties that we've done over the years. And then as soon as we're ready to crack on with our next project, you will be the first to know. Absolutely Baltic in here without the heating on. I'm going to have to turn me little fan heaters on. I'm sorry, you're going to hear it in the background. And now I don't know if I'm in focus anymore. I think, was I standing here? I was standing about here. So anyway, don't panic. I've got a load of backlogged content for this channel. So there's certainly no shortage of videos to go out. And I'm still uploading stuff to my Small Business Toolbox channel as well. Which brings me on to my next point. And this is especially relevant to any YouTubers who follow me on this channel, because it's come to my attention that a lot of YouTube channels are being targeted for quite advanced hacks these days. A channel that I follow was recently hacked and lost all of their content overnight. Literally, channel wiped out, gone. That's it. End of YouTube. Really awful. I've made a video all about it on my Small Business Toolbox channel, and I've made a video about how to protect your YouTube channel and your Gmail account and stuff like that as well. Links in the description below, but please, if you are on YouTube, please watch at least the first one of those videos so that you know how YouTube channels are being targeted. When you find out how it all works, it's really quite scary, and it's something you need to take seriously. Other stuff that's going on, sadly, I'll not be at Maker Central this year. There's just too many other things going on with the house move and having to dismantle the workshop and try and work out where on earth I'm going to put everything, and a load of other stuff that's going on behind the scenes as well. So unfortunately something has to give, and this year I just don't have time to get to Maker Central. Hopefully I'll get there next year if it's on. Watch this space. And you might have noticed, if you follow us on Twitter and Instagram, I'm having a little bit of a break from social media at the minute. Really, from the beginning of 2020 I kind of found that a lot of the content I was reading on Twitter especially was becoming more and more vile, and it's becoming quite a toxic place. Luckily, as far as I'm aware, nothing particularly aimed at me, but I have seen channels that I follow being targeted for some pretty nasty things, and also channels getting deplatformed and things, which I think is just generally a very bad idea. I'm a great believer in free speech, and I think deplatforming is the worst way of solving a problem. And to be honest, I think the problem isn't anything to do with free speech. I think the problem is specifically Twitter and the whole kind of Twitter ecosystem bubble thing. I don't know, it just doesn't seem to be bringing out the best in people, and I'm just keeping off it for the minute. I might go back on at some point, but at the moment, if you're wondering why I'm not on Twitter very much, that is why. Instagram is a separate kind of thing. To be honest, it's time constraints with Instagram. There's been so many other things going on. And again, I just wanted to have a little bit of a break from it. My life was kind of turning into like, another bit of wood. And there's only so much that you can do with that before you realise that you've got some sort of problem. So just having a little bit of a break from Instagram. I will be back at some point, I'm sure. I do still try to check my private messages on Instagram, so if you do want to get in touch, private messages on Instagram are generally quite a good way of getting hold of me. But that leads me on to another point. I do get quite a lot of people sending me messages about specific jobs they're doing and asking me how to do it. And I can't advise you on how to put a massive telly on your wall. If I'm not in the room and looking at your wall and seeing how heavy the TV is and all that sort of thing, I can't give you specific advice on what fixings and stuff like that to use. It would be a very bad idea for me to say, oh, you should use this, when I haven't even seen where it's being installed. So I can give you like a generic pointer and try and point you in the right direction, but if you send me messages saying what fixing should I use for XYZ, you'll probably not get a reply, I'm afraid. It's just a little bit too specific, and if I give you the wrong information, then someone could get hurt. In terms of the whole workshop move, a few people have been asking, well, what's going to happen? Well, yeah, good question. I do need to start going through everything, but it's kind of a question of timing in terms of where house move and things, because having a workshop when I'm about to renovate a property is very handy, and there might be a bit of overlap between the property that we're buying and selling this. I'm not entirely sure how all of that's going to work yet. So I'm trying to leave things to the last minute as far as possible, but I'm also aware that there's an awful lot of stuff that I can kind of get rid of. So I will be plodding on behind the scenes, starting to kind of dismantle everything, ready for the move. It's very exciting. The sticker door, I'll either be taking the entire door with me, or I'll take it to bits and frame the whole thing and put it on the wall. I will find some way of keeping the sticker door, so don't worry about that. In all honesty, the stickers come off quite easily, so I could just take them off and then use spray glue to put them on like a different sticker wall or something like that. So don't worry, if you sent me stickers over the years, they will not be lost. And I think that's kind of it in terms of an update for now. As I say, I'm in limbo, and it's very frustrating because I'm itching to get on with it and get this renovation underway. But as I say, I'll show you some of the past renovations that we've worked on. Loads of stuff going on in terms of videos that are in the pipeline for this channel. There's the small business stuff going out on the Small Business Toolbox channel. And you may have heard that I've become slightly obsessed with a little computer game called Farming Simulator, thanks to my son. Whoa, oh no. This is why I generally avoid computer games. Anyway, it's just a game that I find very relaxing. If there's any of my viewers out there who are into playing Farming Simulator 19, well, I'm now like stuck, addicted to it. In terms of stuff that I want to buy, I would really like a front attachment grass cutter for the tractor, because then I can do the side and front at the same time. That basically doubles my mowing capacity. Oh, it's so sad. And I figured I might as well, while I am addicted to it, playing it at like 1 o'clock in the morning when I can't get to sleep, I might as well video it and shove the videos on a random channel. So those Farming Simulator videos are going onto my Andy Mac Drums channel, my dumping ground for stuff that I don't know what to do with. So if you haven't subscribed to that channel, please do. Andy Mac Drums, youtube.com/AndyMacDrums. And you'll find a whole load of random stuff on there, including Farming Simulator videos, if you want to know what that's all about. And if you want to lose your life to a computer game, then you can do that as well. So, these are my chickens. Thank you once again for joining me, folks. So much stuff is going on behind the scenes. I can't wait to share it all with you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. Subscribe to my Small Business Toolbox channel if you're into like small business related stuff. Subscribe to my Andy Mac Drums channel if you just want to follow various random stuff that I put out on there. And the new compressor video will be online within the next week, so it won't be long, and the re-edited version of the compressor video will be up and running. I think that's it for now. Tutty bye!